Next, we will design the first page and create additional pages. Let's design this first page, shall we? Now, if you should have a text frame already available, and if you don't, just drag it out. You can leave it this size or you can drag it to the corners, it doesn't matter. Anyway, let's bring an image over, and you can go File, Place, or hit Command D, Control D on Windows. Now all the files will be under your folder, either assignment 2 or 3, depending how I named it for this class, this assignment. But that's going to be in your written instructions as well. And I have placed all the different assets in there, and you should have images, which is what we're going to look at. We're actually going to go to Dev to Stock Serenity Image 8. Somehow it's out of order, but I just know it's this one right here. And let's go ahead and do OK. Place it in. It will place it right in the middle, but that image is big enough to cover the whole page, so we can go ahead and do a right click, fitting, and we can fit content proportionally. You will notice that still it cuts off a little bit, so we can double click on the image to activate it, and I'm going to hold Command Option Shift, make it proportionate, and just expand it out. So I know this image is bigger than the frame, so I'm not modifying the resolution of it. Now, if you prefer to have the whole image go all the way to the corners, you can expand. Make sure you click on the right thing. The text box frame, or the placeholder image, I guess, frame for us. And then you can double click still on the image, hold Command Option and Shift, and get that nicely fitted within the whole page. This will be our cover page, so it's okay if we go over the margins. Next, I'm going to go into my layers. I don't know why I went to pages, layers, and I'm gonna name this layer background, or BG for short, and lock it. I will create a new layer. This is gonna be our text layer, so I'm gonna give this a title. And I'm thinking, since there's so many colors here, for the title, what we're going to do is draw a rectangle, to M, a rectangle tool, draw a little box. I don't know what length you want to do it, height. I'm looking about 500 width by 176 height, or something like that, but we can play with this option. And I'm going to have no stroke, so I'm going to fill and stroke, flip that, and I'm going to make my fill white all the way up, or all the F's. Okay, do okay. Now we're going to lower the opacity, so I'm going up, lower this to maybe about 60% will be good. And then we're going to put a title. Now don't click inside the box, because it's going to make it into text box. Want to do it outside and bring it in, or you can drag it out. Unless I do this and click it back, and we're going to call it my capitalized first and space interactive, and let's go do another line, document. Okay, now this is pretty small, so go back and select your select tool and then click type again, and we can raise that up a little bit. I would say about 27, 25 points, depending on what we're going to do. So we're going to find a type that is sans serif. You can do any other one. One that I'm going to use is actually Futura. Let's see what options we have. We have medium. That looks good. Now what I want to do a little bit is emphasize that interactive. So I'm going to do it in Futura, but bold. And I'm going to make that bigger. It's pretty small. You know, honestly, I'm thinking all this is kind of small. Maybe let's do 30 for my first, and then document. And then interactive. You can go more if you want to. Don't be a wimp. We can go bigger. To 45. Now notice that my spacing here is kind of off. I don't like it. My first, and then interactive. So I'm gonna go, and you should have this already on your tools. Go into my character, and see, depending on where I'm gonna click it, maybe here, the first after that, and click my, if it lets me, come on now, select it all. Do not like you. Oh, that one, no, don't go that much. But we want to adjust this so it's actually closer. Fun things we gotta do, right, to play with stuff. That is pretty close. I don't know why it's doing it so close, so we can type it in there as well. For titles, you don't need as much. Oh yeah, cool. That looks good. Now the only thing is I want to move it more in this box here so you can actually see it better. And we probably need a name, which is your name in here. So anywhere you want to put your name, that'd be awesome. I'm just going to do another text box. And you can do it here if you want to, but I'm going to adjust it. Draw another text box. And we're going to do by Monica Alters. And I guess by can be lowercase. And I'm going to do the same type, Futura. And just medium like I did for the rest. The size is pretty small, which I like. I'm going to, she's aligned. But maybe I'll make it a tiny bigger, maybe 15 points. And you can go ahead and if you want to change color of your name, of your text, that's fine. It's up to you. So you can go ahead and play with that option as well. Okay, so I have my name. Good to go. Let's save this document. So file save. You should have the name already saved when we set up the document. So put it in the same file folder that you have assigned for interactive tools. Not in the same images, but just right there. And save. I have to replace it. Now it's time to at least set up our pages for more interactivity. So let's go to your pages. And this page is going to be different than the other one, so I won't do a master right now. But we're going to need additional pages. We're going to need a page for slideshow, hyperlinks, or buttons will be with slideshow, and then animation, and maybe we put audio and video on one. I can always change that later, see how we do. Now, next thing, I'm going to go into my master, A, and I'm going to leave it alone because I want it to be blank. I'm going to right click on it and create a new master. Oh, by the way, if you hear jingling around me, it's my dogs. Anyway, going back. So right click on it. Master B is good. And what I'm going to do is set up the area here for the text box. I don't know, about maybe 125 pixels height, something like that. The width will be the same of the document. Again, there'll be no stroke. We're going to find a fill. I would like it to be like a mustard yellow because it's going to go with our theme. So I'm just going to bring this slider out and see something mustard yellow. That's pretty good. You can find something else. Make sure it works well when it comes to contrast. If anything, we can always adjust it. Just do okay. Oh, that looks kind of dark. You know what? I'm going to adjust it back, maybe a little bit lighter. Lighter mustard yellow. That looks, don't like that shade. This is what happens when you're picky. You're going to spend a little bit of time. Okay, a little bit brighter. So this one's better. I like that one. And I'm going to create a separate text box to put around it for our type. And I'm going to center the text. And right away, I'm going to do Futura. You know, I like that Futura bold. It was nice. And the size of it, I'm hoping 70 will be good. So we can do a test or just put text. Okay. And now you're done. Go ahead and save. Command S. Go ahead and apply. What you can do really quick is select all your pages. You can hold the Shift key. Then you can right click on them. And you can apply master to pages. And it tells you which one. We're going to do B. Do OK. When you click on it, now make sure you're in the right page. This is what can get confusing. Sometimes you end up being the master. Don't be in the master. Be on the page. Okay, so we're on page 2. And on page 2, notice that if I go in here, I'm not able to edit, right? If I selection tool, it's not editable. But there's a way to fix this. There are different ways. One of the ways is to hold very easy keys, which is Command and Shift, or Control and Shift on Windows. So I'm going to click those and click within the text. There you go. And we're going to name this slideshow capitalized. Okay, cool. And then I'm going to go to the next page. Same thing. So Command Shift. And this one will be, I forgot what I want to call this one. I think the second page, what we're going to do is going to be button. No, buttons we're going to do on slideshow. So guess what? We can do hyperlinks on this one. Why not, right? Oh, wait. I'm typing somewhere else. Got to get out of my document. Excusez-moi. I have two screens. All right, slideshow. Already slideshow. Hyperlinks. Next page. And same thing. That's going to be animation. And the final page. Hopefully it'll be the final page. Same thing. Command Shift. Click. And then we're going to be audio and video. And I'm going to do like ampersand. Video. All right. Awesome. So go ahead and save your document. And then we are going to navigate to page 1. So I can show you how we can do some table of content.